Hey guys, Hecons here with another World of Warcraft video. Welcome to episode 12 of my 0 to 1 million gold challenge. In the last episode we ended with 788k, so we are more than 3/4 of the way to our goal. However, I did make an investment into jelly, and I wasn't able to sell all of it before the prices tanked. That set us back a bit. I did get an alt set up with inscription and leatherworking, so let's go ahead and take a look at my sales and discuss gold making with those professions. It's 12:34 a.m. on Saturday. On this alt I have 556k, and then 629k total on the challenge realm.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Do have a pretty nice mailbox. 104.6k in sales. And you guys can see I sold a bunch of enchants the last couple of days. One pet sale, Murgle at 5.7k. Sold one 370 Sorcerer Scepter for 725. Seems a bit low, but it is one of the items I crafted to level up my BFA enchanting, so not too worried about the price. Some pretty nice sales on the jelly, which I'll cover in just a second. 1 inch vessel sale. It's a 370 offhand for 4.7k. Black Mage Weave Vest for 247. Couple more enchants. And then I did purchase a bunch more Tide Spray Linen. You can see I did win a bunch by bid. Stacks of 200 for under 1 gold. 92 silver, 86 copper total, which is pretty nice. And then I did also reset the Oceanic Restoration. Bought 4 of those, 1 at 175 and 3 at 200. And I did already manage to sell one at 1.4k, so pretty nice reset, I'd say. And then sold a couple more weapon enchants as well, for around the same price, 1.4k. For the jelly, I did manage to sell 10 stacks of 10 rich jelly at 4.7k, and then 1 stack of 250 thin jelly at 33.2k. I did use a little bit over 2,000 of the thin jellies. I think it was like 2,100 for getting the rep for my mount. And then I had, I think, around 1,300 left over, so I threw up 5 stacks of 250. Just listed them as a high since the prices are down pretty hard. And managed to sell 1 stack. Pretty surprising, 35k for the stack, which works out to 140 gold per thin jelly. And then for the rich jelly, I listed them at 5k for a stack of 10. Also really insane, since that works out to 500 gold per rich jelly, which is like 3 times what I paid.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Here's what the prices look like now. You can see a bunch of people have, I guess it's just one seller, but they have stacks of 50 and 100 at 46 gold per unit. Another seller at 48. And then another big seller, 5 stacks of 250 at 55. And you can see I'm down at the bottom. I have 4 stacks of 250 left at 139.99 per unit, and did manage to sell one of those stacks, which is pretty surprising. And then rich jelly, you can see it ranges between 144 and 294. And I did manage to sell a bunch of mine at 500, so it does sometimes pay to have yours listed as the highest. If people have their auction house sorted the wrong way, they might end up buying yours, so won't work with the 8.3 auction house, unfortunately, but it is a viable tactic right now. On this alt, I have 71.2k liquid, and then an 87.9k mailbox. You can see after looting the mailbox on my druid, I have 737.9k total on the challenge realm. So if we take into account this mailbox, that's going to put us a little bit over 800k, which is awesome. Majority of sales on this tune are from the compendiums, or the item level 400 trinkets. You can see I am selling them for between 1.4k all the way up to 3.8. Did sell some glyphs. Spectral Wolf, 71 gold. Did sell all three, so someone might have bought out to try and reset. I'll have to look into that after this recording. Sold one Rogue's deck, 292 gold. It is one of the items I crafted to level up my old world inscription, so happy to sell another one. And then Live Servings, another sale at 14.2k. Really happy when one of these sells at 14. War Scrolls Fortitude, stack of 10 at 1k. So 100 gold each, which isn't too bad. I think I got my crafting costs like 60 gold each, so I'm not too worried. Glyphic Cheetah, 665 gold. And then the rest of the sales are compendiums. Yeah, someone did try and reset me, so all these sales are to one seller. You can see
anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least
I do have a bunch more up on the auction house. Bunch at 3k, and then some at 5k as well. And Sparkle Toots is the person that reset me. You can see they have a bunch up at like 5.4k, 6k.
If you find anything exotic,
would not recommend doing a reset on this realm. There are quite a few sellers for these compendiums, and they're usually undercutting non-stop, so that's why I do the staggered posts. Some at like 1.4, some at 2, some at 3, and some at 3.8. Makes it a lot harder to do resets. If a bunch listed at like 1.4k, someone could come in, buy all of them at 1.4k and try and flip really easily. Whereas if you have a bunch at staggered pricing, say you have a bunch listed at 1.4, one listed at like 1.9, one listed at 2.8, it's going to be a lot harder to do successful resets. So that's the reasoning behind all these different prices. Don't really have time to undercut by 1 copper on this realm, so I just list a bunch at once, different prices, and that seems to be a pretty good strat. Usually do like a relist, usually once in the morning and then once in the afternoon. And then if I'm at home, I'll try and do like a 1 copper reset, if I have time. But if I'm gone, like I was earlier today, I'll just list what I have and stagger the prices like that. It's Sunday, a little bit before midnight. We're starting with 95.2k on this ult tonight, and then 97.3k in the mailbox. You can see I did sell pretty much every compendium I had up on the auction house. The same buyer did do another reset to 8 or 9k earlier today, so he ended up buying out probably like 20 or 30 of these. The Sparkle Toots person sell a bunch more to other random buyers, but the majority of the sales up here at the top are him doing a reset. So I did craft a bunch more compendiums to throw up in the auction house, since I did invest in cheap herbs. Had some in the bank, as well as some of the maroon inks already made. As you guys can see, I have a little bit over 600 left, so I can craft like around 15 of the compendiums if I need to. Did also sell a bunch of war scrolls, singles, as well as stacks of 10. Roughly 100 gold to 130 gold each. I think the crafting cost on these is under 50 gold on this realm, so definitely worth investing in the herbs, milling them, and crafting the war scrolls. Did also sell a couple more I think these are shaman glyphs, the spectral wolf, 130 gold each, and then one spectral raptor, 4.7k. Pretty solid sales on this tune. I'm gonna go ahead and loot this, and we can take a look at my druid. So on this ult we have 644.1k. I did loot the mailbox of my demon hunter, and she ended up with 192.6, bringing the total on this server to 842.9k. And then we do also have a nice 94.8k mailbox on this tune from the weekend. First item, Elixir of the Rapid Mind. Really nice flip on this. If we open up TSM and take a look at our ledger, expenses. You can see I ended up paying 28k for the elixir like 27 days ago. So a little bit less than a month, and managed to pretty easily double my gold. Did also sell 370 offhand for 4.7k. I did see some rich jelly earlier today that was listed for really low. Someone undercut by more than half, so I bought it. It looks like 16 at like 60 gold, and managed to sell it earlier today for 118 after the auction house cut. So pretty close to doubling my goal on those. Sold a bunch of enchants. The prices on the ring enchants are coming down, but they are still quite profitable if you have rank 3 and if you shuffle your own materials. And then I did sell 2 tailoring items, the Cindercloth vest and the green woolen vest. Did craft the woolen vest to level up my tailoring, and then the Cindercloth vest was one of the items I crafted from the recipe I learned from the random NPC spawn, which happens if you have the tools of the trade item. It's a tailoring one, synchronous thread, so definitely worth getting if you're after any of those recipes. Pretty happy with this mailbox. Getting really close to our goal, so we should be able to finish probably in the next episode. It's a little bit after 11 p.m. on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Today we're starting with 756.3k on my druid, and you can see my demon hunter's been killing it with inscription, and she has 230.7, bringing our server total to 989.4k, which just means we're like 10.5k away from our goal. And as it turns out, I have 43.3k mailbox on my druid, which means we've been able to surpass our goal of 1 million gold. Pretty amped that we're done with our challenge, and have been getting pretty steady sales the last couple of days. I think I misspoke in the last update. I thought it would take another episode to do it, but sales have been really good this past week, so got there sooner than I expected. You can see I've been selling a ton of enchants still. I did get into the embroidered deep sea bags this past week. Finally got the rep for rank 2. You need Revered with the Tortollan for that. And then rank 3 comes from Zul, so you can just queue up an LFR and get the rank 3 recipe that way. Crafting costs varies depending on your realm, how much you get your Expulsum for, but on this realm, probably under 1k. It does take 65 of the embroidered deep sea satin, 5 Expulsum, and 1 of the Hydra cores. Plus your time, because these drop from the mythics. Depending on how fast you can clear Mythic, your gold per hour is going to vary. But it's definitely a good week to get into it, especially with the weekly being completing 4 of the dungeons on Mythic difficulty. You do get that heroic piece of gear, and then you should also get 1 Title Core from each of the Mythics, which you can convert it into Hydra Cores. So if you do the weekly, you're going to get at least 4 of the Hydra Cores, and then you're going to be able to craft at least 4 of the bags, assuming you have rank 3. So in this realm, it would be like you get 18k, and then of that, probably like 4k would be crafting cost. So like a 13 to 15k profit on 4 bags, I guess. And then I did also sell a couple of the 370 satin bracers. I'm usually converting these into veiled crystals, so it's always nice to keep some on hand, throw them up on the auction house, rather than disenchant. Since if you turn them into veiled crystals, you're going to get a lot less than 2k each for them. But yeah, I sold 2 of those, 1.9k and 2.6, so quite happy about these sales. Quite happy that we finished our challenge, and I will be doing that giveaway since we were able to hit our goal. So probably going to announce the giveaway in the next episode. Yeah, probably going to be giving away a copy of Shadowlands, so stay tuned for that. Quick recap of the challenge. We did start at the beginning of June. It was slow for the first couple of months. You can see I'm staying at around 50k liquid. And then in August and September, we got some traction with tailoring and enchanting shuffles. I think towards the end of August, Classic dropped, so I was fairly lazy for September and October. At the beginning of November, we started with 406k. And today on the 28th, we're sitting at over 1 million gold. As far as our stats from the beginning of the challenge, total gold earned 2.4 million. Our top item was the enchant ring Accord of Haste. Total gold spent was a little bit under 1.3 million, and our total profit was 1.1 mil, with our most profitable item being the Thin Jelly, which I've been flipping a lot of the last month. And then if we take a look at the past month, you can see we started November 1st with 406k, and we've been able to gradually grow that over the past month. Yeah, so we're sitting at 1,033k right now. So gain of like 600k in a little less than a month, which is great. Total gold earned 1.6 million. Our top item was the Reigns of a Tame Bloodfeaster. I ended up flipping a bunch of those, so no surprise there. Our biggest expense was the Thin Jelly. Total gold spent in the past month was 906k. And then our total profit, which is just our sales minus our expenses, is 752.1k. So we did more than half of the challenge in the past month. As I said, I did slack a little bit in September and October due to Classic, but we picked up quite a bit of slack in the last month and managed to complete our challenge. Probably could have done it a lot sooner had I been active in September and October, but yeah, just wanted to get on Classic and see what it's about and play with some guildies, so now I'm back on retail, getting back into gold making, and was able to complete the challenge in a month after coming back, I guess, so pretty happy about that. Total profit in the past month was 752k. Most profitable item, Thin Jelly. It was our biggest expense, but it was also our most profitable item, so I think flipping the Thin Jellies and flipping those mounts helped out a ton, as well as just being consistent with Enchanting Shuffle, and then also leveling up my ults, especially the Demon Hunter. The Inscription's been helping a ton. And you don't see very many of the leatherworking sales, but that's helped out immensely as well, since that's bringing the cost of our veiled crystals down quite a bit. Rather than crafting our bracers with tailoring, we're crafting them with leatherworking now, so that brings the cost down quite a bit. So yeah, that is the recap. That's going to be it for this episode. We managed to finish the goal of 1 million with ease after gaining a lot of momentum in the past month. We have 3 120s on this realm now, and the infrastructure to make even more gold. I am officially done with the challenge, but I will be making a few follow-up episodes to keep you guys updated on this realm, and address any questions you guys asked on the prior episodes. I will also be giving away 1 pre-order copy of Shadowlands Heroic Edition on NA or EU in the next episode. Thank you if you followed along with the challenge, and as always, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon. Thank you Lionel, Notice2K, Nadim aka Stormy, Solitz, Marco, Martin, and Rajesh. Hope you guys all had an amazing Thanksgiving weekend, and I will catch you all in the next video. Late.